Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We're going to continue on with our little sort of tech homepage build here. Today we're going to build this sort of parallax or CSS parallax or fixed background section right here with a sale and a subscriber that hooks up to a MailChimp account. So let's get started. First thing I want to do is enable the visual builder. Once enabled, let's go down to where we want to work. I'll just delete this section here and we'll start from scratch. Okay, well let's add a new section. I'm going to make it a regular section. And I'm going to add 2 columns, 50-50. It's great. Before I actually put anything in here, let's go ahead and put our background in. So I'll get out of there. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to add a background image. You've got color, gradient, image, and video. I'm going to add an image. And there's the one I just used. As you can see, it's in there. Now we can use the parallax effect here. And there's 2 different types. True parallax means the background will move at a slightly different rate than the foreground. So if I scoot this up and down, I don't know if you can see that. The background's moving, but it's actually moving at a different rate. You'll see it better when we've got more content in here. Well, there's CSS parallax, which a lot of people say is not parallax, which is actually fixed background, which is much more dramatic. As you can see, it's sort of sliding up over the thing like there. But there's the 2, and for us today I'm going to go ahead and leave it on the CSS. We can change it and view both when we put some content in. So let's put our little content in here. I'm going to use a text module, and I'm just going to create a huge sale banner. I'll delete this. I'm just going to say never miss and then underneath sale. I'm going to make that top one heading 2, and I'm going to make the bottom one heading 1, and I'm going to move this module out of the way so we can see it. It is actually right there. First thing we want to do, let's change it so we can actually, let's go down to the heading text and make it white. That's our H1 and our H2. There we go, so you can see a bit better then. Okay, I'm going to change the font. And like I said before, Divi has a ridiculous amount of fonts. I think there's like 900 or something crazy. I'm going to use one I've used before called Bungee Inline. I'm going to make it huge. So I'm going to go down to the size. It's 30 pixels. I'm going to make it, I think, 175 is what I made it last time. Yep, that's pretty big. And I'm going to sort of create a bit of a glow behind it, neonish glow, using a bit of text shadow. So I'm going to use this one right here. And for the color, instead of a sort of dark shadow color, I'm going to find a blue of some sort. It's almost there actually. I think that'll do. We'll see it if I move it behind it. I'm going to take the opacity up a little bit, I think. There we go. We can see it a bit better there. I want to put it behind the actual image itself. And you just want to play with it until you're sort of happy with what you've got there. That kind of works for me. Okay, actually that looks quite good with the small writing there, but I'm going to make the writing on top the same as this but smaller. And the easiest way to do that is if I go back up to the heading here, right click on there, I'm going to say copy heading text H1 style, and right click on the 2 and paste, and then I'll just have to take the size down. There we go, because that's pretty big. That's not going to work. So let's make sure we're on heading 2, and we'll go down and take it down. Oh, and it's sort of almost the same length, something like that. There we go, that's going to work better for me. You're not going to miss that in a hurry. So there's a nice little banner that's going to stand out nicely. Now on the other side, let's add a module. Let's add an email opt-in. There we go. And as you can see, it's popped up with something like this. Button, I'll leave that as subscribe. I'll move this over so we can see what's going on here. And underneath I'd probably write something like never miss another sale by subscribing today. Field names, that's really too many. I always find the less you ask people to fill in, the better chances you have of them actually filling it in. And the email account, you've got to check, you've got to hook it up to a MailChimp, or there's plenty of other providers like Constant Contact and all these up here. But if you don't hook it up to something, when you look at it out of the builder, the fields will be missing. So I'll just grab a list. That's fine. Now the fields, I just want one for the name rather than first and last. So let's turn this one on. Now we've just got a name and email. Now that works better for me. Fantastic. Okay, the background, let's make it a blue, but I want to be able to see through it a little bit. There we go. You can still see the background, but you can see through it. And let's make that a regular view on subscribe. Now back on the design, I'm just going to give it a little bit of box shadow, and I will customize the button. Let's do the button first. I'll use custom stars. I'm going to use my purple color that I've been using throughout this site. That's the text color, that's fine, that's white. Button background, here we are. I'll just paste my hex code in there. Fantastic. I'm going to go down and I'm just going to say under border width, I'm going to take that down to 0 so there's no border. And for my color, when it somebody hovers over it, if you put your cursor over button background here, hit the arrow. On the hover state, when something is hovering over it, I'll make it a sort of darker purple. And when nobody's hovering over it, it should be our sort of lighter purple color there. Great, so we're all hooked up here, customized. That was pretty simple to do. So let's save our changes. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of dividers in our section here that we can sort of see through a little bit. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. That's still pretty dramatic looking. But I'm just going to add some because I think it adds a little something. So section, design, dividers, top one, select a type, and for me today I'm going to use that one up there, as you can see. And again, I'm going to put in my little purple color for that, but I want it to be see-through so we can see something through the back there. So the right hand opacity slider, again, I'm going to pull down. There we are, something like that. So it's there, but you can see through it. And I'll take the height down just a little bit with the slider there. Let's go back up and do the bottom one. And I'll sort of have an opposite to what we had, which would be that, as you can see it there. This one I'm going to make blue. Again, I'll take the opacity down a bit so we can see the background image behind there. And we'll slide him up a bit in height. Something like that. Obviously you do yours exactly how you like to do it. And let's save. Save our page changes. We'll save the draft or publish if you're ready. And exit the Visual Builder. Now let's go down and take a look. There we go, that's okay. Actually, I think I need to pull this down a little bit so it's more sort of in line with that. It's a little high, could have had another word under it. Let's quickly do that, enable the visual builder. Go back down there. And I'm just going to give this module, I'm going into the dark tab of the module, the settings, a little cog there. I'm going to go to design, spacing. I'm going to say perhaps 50 pixels padding on the top there. Let's go back to that heading text. You click on the little blue paintbrush to actually get on it. Let's go up there. Go down to our size. Let's look at it on responsive devices. Hit the little mobile phone type thing there. Actually, that's fine on a tablet. Let's look at it on a phone. Yeah, on a phone we're going to have to make that sale text a bit smaller. That's fine. Sale text was H1, wasn't it? So let's just click on that little brush. We're on the H1 there. Let's go down to its size. Hit the little mobile icon. And on the phone, let's take the text size down until it works. There we go, that's absolutely perfect. Probably even take it up just a little bit. Fantastic. So let's just check tablet. Yep, that's fine. And of course we know it works on a desktop. So we're good to go. Let's save once more. Save the page changes, save the draft, and exit the visual builder. So there we have it. There's your little parallax or CSS parallax or fixed background with a little subscribe today form that'll hook straight up to your MailChimp when somebody subscribes to it. Nice little effect to have on your site. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please ring the bell, give it a thumbs up, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.